Next, we head to Barcelona for the 2019 Longines FEI Jumping Nations Cup final. After a series of qualification rounds throughout the year, a total of 18 nations from around the world made it to the three-day final, all of them looking to take home the coveted trophy. The 2019 final had the added pressure for 7 teams who had not yet secured their place for the Olympic Games. Whoever finished highest of those teams would book their place in Tokyo. All 18 teams would compete in the first qualifying round. The 8 best teams would progress to the final, whilst the remaining teams would go on to compete for the Longines Challenge Cup. 2018 Nations Cup winners Belgium led the first round and would be joined in the final by France, Sweden, Colombia, Ireland, Germany, Switzerland and Italy. Spain missed out on the final by an antagonising 0.45 seconds, but would go on to win the Longines Challenge Cup on home soil. In the final, it would come down to a battle between 2 teams, reigning champions Belgium and Ireland, who were looking to secure that Olympic spot. Peter Maloney and Niels Bruynseels both had 1 rail down, becoming their team's drop score. The other riders all jumped clear, but Dara Kenny finished with 1 time fault, leaving Ireland on 1 penalty, but still in the hunt for Olympic qualification and the Nations Cup trophy. In the race for Olympic qualification, faults from Italy's Paolo Paini and Colombia's Nicola Toro proved costly, handing Ireland the final qualifying spot for the Tokyo Olympic Games. The battle for the FEI Jumping Nations Cup trophy would come down to Ireland and Belgium's 4th line riders.
A clear from Cian O'Connor leaves Ireland on 1 penalty, Jess.
Yeah, I mean, for Cian, the pressure is off because they have the qualification.
Well, for Olympic Games.
For the Olympic Games, and that's really what the Irish came here to do. But yes, wouldn't they love to win this competition today? And if he could jump clear, that really would put the pressure on Gregory Wathelet, because they came here to win the competition. So whatever happens, it's really exciting at this stage.
1 fence down, the reigning champions Belgium, who also are European champions, retain their title. Pressure on Cian O'Connor. Just a 9-year-old PSG final.
Yeah, beautifully brought up to the top sport by Max Kuhner. Jumping today much better than he did on Thursday. Big difference. And this is looking good for the Irish.
2 to go. This is absolutely critical for Ireland. It's critical for the Longines title. Cian O'Connor comes to the last. He clears it. That's put pressure on Belgium. That is an incredible performance. Cian O'Connor goes clear here at the Longines final in Barcelona. The competition is not over yet, because Ireland are in the clubhouse with a score of 1 time penalty, and now Gregory Wathelet with MJT Nevada's S is the last man in from Belgium. A clear from Gregory Wathelet will retain Belgium's title here in Barcelona. 1 time penalty, we have a jump off between Belgium and Ireland.
The cards, of course, stacked in the favour of the Irish team at this moment, and they will be also watching closely.
Jumped to clear on Thursday.
Always to keep him straight. Well ridden from Gregory. Nevada's just drifting slightly off to the right. Of course, that time fault from Dara Kenny could be deciding here. But at the time Dara Kenny was in the ring, he was thinking about Olympic qualification and not necessarily winning the competition. And he was making very sure that he was going to leave the jumps up. And Gregory Wathelet, this is the real bogey here. He's jumped it. It's all down to the last line. Is it going to be Belgium or is it going to be Ireland that take the title here today? Phil, bring him home.
12 seconds left on the clock to get home. 2 fences to negotiate.
Oh! Whoa!
Well, you
What has
couldn't
happened
have written
there?
that script.
What a disaster for the Belgians.
Ireland take the title here in the 2019 Longines FEI Jumping Nations Cup final with drama in the last seconds. Drama in the last seconds of this championship.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I mean, we've had a few ups and downs past year or so, and just getting this team to come together on the same day. Obviously, my job is a bit easier when you've got such good guys ahead of me. Peter Maloney was fantastic. He was unlucky with the fence down. I think Paul O'Shea's horse never jumped ever better in his whole life, jumped fantastic. And Dara Kenny's horse was jumping nearly too well, and he had to take his time, just nick the time for it, but jumped brilliant. So the pressure was off me really going in, but tried to give the horse a good enough spin, and he popped well. I mean, obviously Olympic qualification was the target all year. We took the scenic route, but we got there in the end, and then to win this world title is obviously the icing on top.
Join us after the break when we continue to look back at some of the most iconic wins on the Nations Cup circuit.